Hey, it's the Midnight Raven, and as we cling to the remnants of Christmas, we move towards the new year. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am the Midnight Raven, and I am still wearing Christmas clothes, and I do until New Year's Eve. So, if you're not new to my channel, you will know I have had a amazingly rough year. Things have been up, they've been down, and finally, the end of the year is nigh and things have improved quite a lot. So if we go back to the start of the year, things were pretty grim after last Christmas. I'd had quite a bad previous year, and as we were heading into this year, it didn't seem to get much better. I was having problems at work. My son had just moved out last year, so it was my first Christmas alone, and it hit me pretty hard last year. It did. He moved out about 2 weeks before Christmas. It hit me pretty hard. It was the first year I had officially, in the existence of my life, lived alone. I'd never lived alone before. I'd never experienced being on my own. The first night I slept here alone was quite daunting, and ever since I felt better about it. I have come to terms with living alone, but I do talk to people every day. I do socialise. I go to work. I speak to my son. I speak to my ex. I speak to my youngest. I speak to friends. So I'm not alone. I may sleep alone, and I may spend a good portion of my time alone during the evenings, especially on my days off while everybody else is working. But I'm not alone. And that is something I have come to terms with and realised that my son may have moved on, I may be single, but I'm not alone. I do still have people out there that not only care for me, talk to me, have my well-being at heart, which is nice. It is nice. Throughout the year, things then were up and down. I can't talk much about it because it entails work, but the situation at work has now depleted. It has gone, it has dispersed, it has flown the coop, if you want to call it, and things have been a lot more positive where I work. Obviously, we then had the hottest summer in existence. I mean, I have never sweated so much in my life. 40-degree heat, I am not made for. I struggle in 30-degree heat. And when we were talking like 35 and right up to like 39 degrees at my workplace, when it hit 36 degrees in the warehouse, um, I worked a delivery and actually suffered heat stroke. It was actually quite bad. Both me and my colleague, who has now left the company, did a delivery in the warehouse. God bless her soul. We both got, she got heat stroke, and I got incredibly hot. I felt like I was melting. When I got home that night, she was vomiting. I was incredibly ill, and we both either had sunstroke or heat stroke or some kind of stroke. We were shaking, we were vomiting. It was not an experience I wish to do again. If it came to it, I'd refuse to do the delivery. Sorry, company, but I don't fancy spending the night vomiting. I was quite ill for a couple of days afterwards, recovering from it. I was severely dehydrated, tired, and at least me and my friend were together through it. I had someone to cling to who felt how I felt. So I learnt my lesson there. The company wanted the delivery done. We did the delivery, and we suffered for it. So, moving on from the hottest summer in existence, we then run into Christmas. In our store, it comes in August. Ooh, the kids hadn't even gone back yet, and we were talking Christmas. We were just like zipping through the year. You go Easter, holiday, Christmas, boom, job done for the year. Move on to the next, which is then Easter again. So the year in retail literally it's like a conveyor belt. You just move from one thing to another. That's what retail is. It's a complete conveyor belt. So we started Christmas prep in August. I didn't go on a summer holiday this year couldn't afford to. The credit crunch, the recession, the living crisis, whatever you want to call it, once that hit, everything was impacted. My work hours were cut, bills went through the roof, and I started to struggle. I'm not going to lie. I have spent 6 months maybe trying to claw back money, trying to claw back my bills. I am still behind. There are things in progress to try and help me. I am working not only with the council, with my electric company, to try and rectify that problem. If you'd like to help, link is in the description. PayPal, Super Chat, Super Thanks. Donate to the channel. Help the girl out. So aside from that being really bad, we then get to Christmas. And as you move through the year, Christmas gets heavy. And then we have Christmas. So Christmas was intense. I celebrated Christmas with my son the day before Christmas Eve because I had work, and I spent the day with him. We had a wonderful day. We exchanged presents early. We did a food shop at Asda. That was interesting. Not. We played a Christmas quiz. They won some scratch cards. We had fun. We then went to Burger King in the evening. And honestly, it was one of the best Christmas Eves I've ever had. It was lovely. I got to spend it with both my boys. My ex was there. My son's girlfriend was there. It was a wonderful evening. And then we reached Christmas Eve, where I worked my little butt off and then came home and went to my ex's that night to stay with him and my youngest son, where we then had Christmas Day. I cooked a deliciously fabulous turkey, pictures on Instagram and my Facebook. We had a wonderful afternoon watching some YouTube. We hung out, and then I went home in the early hours of Boxing Day because his dad had work. So I came home Boxing Day morning. I spent Boxing Day by myself, having a quiet little evening, you know, and then I went back to work on Bank Holiday Tuesday. Now, after that, we before that, in the run up to Christmas, I found out a little surprise. So the little surprise was my son, my eldest, who turns 21 next year, is having a baby. Yes, I'm going to be a granny, whatever you want to call me. My son is having a baby. She had a scan today, as I'm filming this. She had a scan today. She is 8 weeks and 6 days. In 3 weeks' time, she'll have another scan. Then we can get a due date for the baby. We can find out more about the baby, how she's doing. She is a tiny little tiny baby. They've nicknamed it Bean for the minute. Whether it's a boy or a girl is in high questioning. I think it's a boy. I also called the fact that she was 8 weeks pregnant when I saw a picture of her bump, because she is a tiny girl, so it is showing already that it's a little bit puffy. And I said last week, you're 8 weeks pregnant. She said, really? The app says I'm 4 or 5 weeks. I said, no, you're 8 weeks, Katie. Goes to hospital today, find out that she was 8 weeks last week. Mum of the year. So mother's intuition told me how far along she was, and because I've had 3 kids, it was easier to tell how far along she was. Katie is my son's girlfriend. They have been together, I think, for nearly 5 years. They live together, and now they're going to have a tiny bean, as they're calling it. They're calling it a bean. I don't know why it's a bean, but it's a bean. Girl or boy? It's going to be a boy. Just letting you know. Predictions. We're all predicting, and I think it's a boy. I was right about the weeks. Why not just be right about the child? They do have names picked out. Name reveal will come later, as well as a baby shower, a gender reveal, shopping for baby stuff. She is like full maternity crazy baby mode already. We've been looking at stuff for the last week or two in the run up. Not getting too excited yet because we were waiting until the 12-week scan before we started picking stuff out and looking for stuff. They're going to stay where they're living for about 18 months to 2 years, and then they have to move into a different place due to the tenancy. They're not allowed to have children at their abode. So they will be moving, which is also another event to look forward to. Who doesn't love packing boxes with a child? But they're having a little bean, and that will be due in early August. We don't have an exact date yet, but we do know it's going to be, I believe, in the first or second week of August. Presumably, we don't have a date yet. It could be early July. Could be late July, early August. We don't know yet. It's all a bit up in the air. The pregnancy came out of nowhere. They blindsided me at work. Totally like, whew. So if you want to help fund their baby fund, my donations are going to help them. So a PayPal, super chat, super thanks, or just come and show your appreciation in the chat for my new grandchild. So after finding out I had a grandchild, which took me back a bit, we then had a little incident. She went to hospital. It's fine. Baby's doing well. Tiny little bean. And she's back home. Gave me a scare of my life. Obviously, my son took it like a man, like I knew he would. Obviously, I was concerned as well. Stayed up till 2 a.m. I remember the sleepless nights with the baby. Brings back memories. Now I worry about my eldest, and then I'm going to worry about my grandchild. Maybe I just won't sleep for the next 30 years. Who knows? So that is the roundup for the year. I haven't done a lot. I want to do certain things next year. Obviously, I'm going to have a grandchild, and that's going to take up a bit of my time. It is going to take a bit of my time. Baby showers and shopping and lunching and babies is going to take over quite a bit of my time. She's wanting my help. She's wanting my advice. And as I've had 3 children, I am obviously a fountain of wisdom and youth. Still looking 38 years old currently. 39 next year. Don't come for me. So, the plan for next year, I have no idea. I don't have a plan. I want to go on holiday because I feel I need one. I feel after last year and with everything I survived going through last year, I can't talk about too much on YouTube. But I had a rough year, mental health wise, work wise. Now I have a grandchild that I need to prepare myself for, so I need to get myself in gear. I'm going to take up my yoga again. I'm going to do my yoga every day. I'm going to get myself back fit. I'm going to lose some weight. Mum has put on a couple of pounds with the stress eating. I want to get my mental health back together. I just want to get back to the old me. I feel this year has thrown me through a loop and I don't quite feel like myself. I think I lost myself in the year with all the problems and the mental health and everything. I just want to get back to being me. So I'm going to do my yoga. I'm going to lose some weight. I'm going to get my hair re-dyed because Mama's looking a bit sorry here. I want to get out more. I want to go on holiday. I want to film more. I want to spend more time with my children before my youngest grows up and has a baby himself. A bit like my eldest. Although my youngest is only 14, there is still time to appreciate my youngest as a child for now. But he has his social life. I have work. And a lot has gone on through the year. He won his trophy at go-karting. Let's not forget my son came first in his go-karting league for like the 6th year running. Not just throw that out there that he's amazing. He got a trophy. He was so happy. And me being a proud mum, obviously, to both my sons this year. I need to better myself for both my children and for myself. I want to feel better. So a diet, some yoga, try not to take on too much at work, which I always do. I always try and do way too much. appreciating myself more, appreciating everybody around me more, and just appreciating the fact that I'm still here, I'm still living. We survived a pandemic. I survived problems at work. I'm now going to survive having a grandchild without turning me grey and aging myself too quickly. Who knows? They say children turn you grey, grandchildren. But if you want to help the channel in any way, a PayPal, super chat, a super thanks, all goes into my channel. In fact, it might actually pay for my haircut and dye because it so needs it. But it will be going to my son's baby fund. Obviously, he has told me that I should take a little bit for myself as well because it is my channel. But if you want to help out, every penny will go towards helping us in this time of need. So I hope you all have a wonderful new year. If you had a poor Christmas, forget about it. Next year could be your year. I will be here putting videos up every day, keeping you up to date with the progress of me, my channel, my work, my new grandchild coming soon, and 2023 could be your year as well. So stay with me on this journey, and I will see you very soon for another video. Take care and thanks for watching. I love you all. Have a very happy end of 2022. See you in 2023. Bye guys.